In the show, I asked you ladies, you know, do you deserve a high value man? Most of you at the table said yes. And when I asked you what you brought to the table, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of y'all brought a bunch of bullshit. I'm straightforward. I'm confident. I'm thoughtful. I can cook and clean. I make my own money. I'm ambitious, blah, blah, blah. Like, how does that differentiate you from the next girl? Like, any girl can really bring that to the table, to be honest with you.
Get a maid.
Like, this guy is rare. The things that you're bringing to the table are not. So how can you possibly think that's a fair trade for the man? And then on top of that, some of you guys are like, oh, well, I'm not going to change. I know what I want. I'm not changing. Well, if you want something that's hard to get, you have to acclimate to what you must do to get what you want to get. But again, we live in this world where women think I deserve what I want, regardless of how I behave, and I'm not going to change, and that guy should accept me.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing the question that some men ask, and that question is, what do women bring to the table? So this video is inspired by a video where a guy was saying that women are always angry, or women take offense when a guy says to them, what are you bringing to the table?
How do women get upset with the question, what do you bring to the table?
If you're not hiring me for a job, why am I answering to you what I bring to the table?
When
you're going to take your time to get to know me and figure out what it is that I bring?
Should we waste our time getting to know you if you bring no value?
Why is that a waste of time? Are you hiring? Like,
no, men are the ones that's risking themselves in a relationship more than a woman is.
How?
Because we're the one that's spending our time, money, and resources and protecting y'all.
Women have money, women have time.
Y'all
they have to get the same thing that you have to spend. It's the audacity of asking the question that's a problem.
But what else besides attraction do you bring to the table? Women love policing men's standards, right? I.e., I want you to have kids. I want you to be in shape. I want you to be feminine. Y'all start going crazy, start going ham. As soon as we ask the question, yo, what do you bring to the table, right? Then becomes an issue. Like, y'all gotta ask us 1,000,001 questions and we gotta answer it. We gotta prove y'all that we providers, that we masculine, that we assertive, that we can be leaders.
Yeah, we got 6 figures.
Exactly. And we can't even ask y'all one simple question without y'all getting offended. If you can't answer that, then that's a red flag and I'm gonna move on to the next.
Now, in that video, the woman that he was having the conversation with was telling him that that question is an irrelevant question and it's not supposed to be asked because she's not applying for a job. It's not an interview for a job. So she does not understand why that question is being asked. And the guy was saying that it's a necessary question to be asked so that guys don't waste their time in the relationship. Because to him, guys are the ones that invest more in relationships and in marriage. But the woman was like, that's not right, and she disagreed with his points. Now, a lot of people have things to say about that question. People have said, is it a proper question to be asked at the beginning of a relationship? Is it something that a guy should ask? What does it mean when a guy asks that kind of question? So let's check out what they have to say, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts.
Quit getting on Beyonce's internet talk about women don't bring nothing to the table. The thing is, you're not attracted to the women that do. The last time a woman showed you on a date that she actually is the table, you walked away and you called her too masculine and too strong. You said ain't no man gonna want her. How are you gonna be intimidated by women that actually bring things to the table? Pick less qualified women than be mad at those women for not bringing things to the table. You didn't want a successful woman. You didn't want a strong woman. You didn't want a woman that had her own and could do for herself. You wanted a woman that needed you and depended on you and waited for you and your beck and call. That's the woman you picked. And then now you're mad that you're not getting reciprocal energy in a relationship. But you was intimidated by the women that had their shit together. Make that make sense. So I don't want to hear no men on the internet, no more, say women don't bring anything to the table. Because let me tell you why. You're not attracted to the women that do.
If a man asks you as a woman, what do you have to offer or what of value are you providing in my life, then trust me, that man doesn't see you as valuable at all. A man will never ask a woman who he says can complement his life that what do you bring to the table. The moment you're being asked, what do you bring to the table, the man isn't asking you in a way to get assurance. He's asking you because he doesn't see any value from you.
Next time a man tells you that, you're like, oh, you're right, I don't bring anything to the table. You know, they're going to be like, they're not going to expect that. They're like, So you just saying you're bringing sex. No, I'm not even bringing sex. Then they're going to totally become uninterested. As soon as you say take the sex off the table, they're done. Because that's all you were going to bring. They were mad about that. Now you take it off, now they're mad about that. So what they want you to bring? What do they want? Oh, I'm bringing half my paycheck so I can pay half these bills. Then the conversation will continue. Oh, so okay, so you want to build. Okay. Let's build up this kingdom. Let's build together. You know, basically he's saying, look, I don't have the lifestyle I want. Can you help me get to it by paying half the bills? Or, you know, let's combine our money to get a house in a certain neighborhood because I can't afford it on my own. But I want to level up, so I need you. I need you. The man needs you. Okay. So I can get up out this apartment, basically, so I don't look like a dusty, basically. So I can pretend that this is my house, and I tell everybody this is my house, even though you paying half the mortgage. Okay. No thanks.
So let me just be a grown man, because I really ain't got time to keep having this conversation about what you bring to the table. I'm going to teach you men in 3 minutes the basics of this. Never ask a woman what she brings to the table. It's a useless statement. It is selfish. It is self-centered. And it comes across as if you got to get something in order to give something. It's stupid. What you should ask as a grown man is, what do you look for in a relationship? When you ask a woman what she's looking for, it tells you what she gives. For example, if you ask a woman what she's looking for in a relationship and she says, I just want somebody to take care of me, I ain't really trying to do nothing, you know she's selfish. I was blessed, you understand? I had a woman ask me flat out to my face, who turned out to be my lovely wife, aka Chocolate Thunder, 18 years down under, you understand? She asked me flat out, you know what I'm saying, what are you looking for? I said, I'm looking to be in love with somebody and grow old with somebody. You know, sickness and health, rich or poor, till death do apart. Because I don't know if I can guarantee millions of dollars for the rest of my life. Because I might get sick, I might get hurt, and I'm just afraid to not have somebody who would love me for me. She said, I'm looking for the same thing. She said, I don't want to be in competition with my husband. I want him to take care of me if something goes wrong with me. I want him to take care of me when we have kids. My wife stayed home for 12 years. And there were many times we struggled. Now my wife makes more than most men. We have 4 teenagers. And right now they driving me crazy. Marriage ain't about what you bring to the table. Marriage is about what you do together. It's a collaboration. It's a part of 100-100 making completion. It's about building relationship together. So number 1, never ask a woman what she brings to the table. Ask her what she's looking for in a man. Number 2, make sure you build your relationship on love, not monetary gain, because money could come and go. And even if you're like me, somebody who makes very good money, has a wife that makes very good money, heck, my teenagers is about to make very good money. You know, we do better than most families, and I thank God for it. I don't consider me to be better than anybody. I'm just better off. And number 3, you are better off finding a woman who will love you in spite of some of the stupidity that's in you, because neither one of us got it together. We got to grow together and love each other, encourage one another. Y'all getting it all wrong. All this table stuff is dumb. All this stuff about competing with each other and not caring for each other is dumb. What you want is somebody who will love you exactly for what's beating inside of here, for how you think up here, how you process things. Because money is nothing more than a tool. Somebody making you breakfast in the morning is something that they should do out of love, not out of obligation. If somebody comes and do that, and that's both ways, you understand? You do it for her, she do it for you. Because if both of y'all working, what's the problem? Y'all make everything a competition. Y'all young people getting weird, man. Y'all need to stop this foolishness and get it right now. Come on.
What do you bring to the table as a woman? A lot of people have been asking me about this question and how to answer it, or is it good, is it bad? So I'm going to give you my take on it. So generalistically speaking, a lot of women don't like this question. And I completely understand where a lot of women are coming from. And sometimes, yeah, this question is meant to attack you. But in technicality, this is an amazing question. And I think it can be rephrased in certain ways where you can ask somebody like, how do you make your man feel fulfilled? Or why is your man lucky to have you? See, it doesn't sound so bad when you say it like that, because this is really the same question, just a variation in the words. Now I'm going to keep it real. If you really want to answer this question, there are 4 major things that you should be looking for in this answer and 4 major areas where you want to answer this question in. And if you're really asked this question, you want to start off confidently by saying, my man is lucky to have me because I do this for him. Number 1, you nurture him. Women have an innate ability to nurture a man and to care for a man. Like, this is just something that is just undisputed. You take care of him when he's not feeling well. You give him a massage after a long day. You make him feel emotionally heard. You ask him the vulnerable questions. You allow him to vent. You're his therapist when he needs to talk about something. You are there for him through sickness and health. Number 2, you're his personal stylist. The most attractive jewelry a man can wear is a woman that's presentable and loyal to him. An attractive woman is a status symbol. You know, when your woman is well taken care of and she's on your arm and she's fulfilled and she's happy, that makes you look very good as a man. And a woman that's well put together knows how to keep her man together in hygiene, in style, in presentation, in every little detail. But here's the thing though, a man could look like a bum. As long as his woman looks good and she's presentable next to him, you're gonna make him look like a superstar. Number 3 is loyalty, protection, and utility. Loyalty is valuable no matter what situation you're in, even in friendship and business, but when it's in a committed partnership, it is extremely valuable. Now, protection and utility, a lot of people are confused by this. How does a woman protect a man? How is a woman useful to a man? I'll tell you, you are his eyes and ears. You have his back in every single situation. You reassure him when he's not sure of a decision that he needs to make for himself. Look out for him with your intuition, because a woman's intuition is absolutely insane. So if there's a situation where you don't feel comfortable with somebody, you can let him know, hey, look, I don't think this person has the best interests for you. I don't think this person might be good for you to do business with. I would be careful around this person. You protect him from temptation. And this comes down to you protecting him from other women. And a big thing that I think nobody talks about is that you protect him from himself. You protect him from making bad decisions that are going to hurt his life, and you keep him away from negativity and vices. One of the biggest things that can help a man's mental health is a woman that loves and cares about him. Last but not least, you have utility to him. You support him, you encourage him, but you bring him value by attracting attention towards him, and then you layer that attention onto him. You're handing off situations to him in business, in friendships, in every matter where he just has to close it. You're just giving him the alley-oop and he just has to score the bucket. If you look at really good teams in sports, it is about assists. It's about passing. It's about helping each other succeed and score as a team. When you are with this man, you are a team with him. So you're helping him in conversations by attracting attention towards him, maybe from other men, and you're letting him know, yeah, this is my man right here. When they see how much respect you have for him, you're going to make him look amazing. And then from there, it's all about positioning and moving the conversation to where it benefits both you and him and the partnership. And last but not least, this is the most important one: love and legacy. He loves you. He cares about you. He enjoys spending time with you. You provide him that physical, that sexual, that emotional release that all men need. In addition to this, you provide him a legacy. He looks at you as the mother of his children, and he looks to you to provide that love and care to his children as well. When a man reaches emotional maturity, he will care more than anything about his legacy. And that is one of the biggest things that men look for in a woman. And if a woman can just provide a man a legacy, that alone can be enough value that can really supersede everything else. At the end of the day, I don't think this question is bad if you know how to answer it, and now you do. And now you know why your man is lucky to have you.
The best thing a man can ask you on a date is, what do you bring to the table? Because two things straight away. If you want a masculine man and his masculine energy, he is not one. He has told you straight away that relationship cannot happen. Finished. Done. But the second thing is, that man is so deep in his feminine energy that you could probably sit down, have a date with him, and learn from him how to be in it. Because even the concept of sitting down and thinking, what can this person do for me and what do they bring to the table, is so in his receiving energy. The fact that he's even sitting there and having the audacity to say that is so deeply, like, I mean, I'm not even sure me and you can get that feminine, is so deeply in there that we got a lot to learn from this guy. If a being is in their masculine energy, male or female, they're thinking, what can I bring to the situation? That is why that's such a pivotal question to find out if he is in it or not. If he's asked you it straight away, you know he's not in it.
This is the reason why it's weak to ask a woman what she brings to the table. It's because a truly masculine man doesn't desire for his woman to bring to the table what it's his responsibility to bring. Of course, he wants to know the value she has in terms of feminine traits and nurturing qualities, but that's different, because that's not what she brings externally. That's a part of her being. So technically, she doesn't actually have to bring anything externally to satisfy his masculine needs. So it's usually the men that don't want to fully occupy the masculine position, that have the mindset to ask these questions.
I saw a comment in one of my videos where a guy was like, well, what does a woman bring to the table? Let's talk about it. Here in America, we live in a society where women are now not only bringing more or at least half of the household income, they are also still being the household managers, raising the children, taking care of everything around the house. That includes cleaning, going to the grocery store, taking kids to school, taking them to doctor's appointments, and all that other stuff that comes with the household. As if that wasn't enough, women are so amazing that on top of that, they are also still maintaining the romantic relationship that they have with their partner, along with all the other friendships that they have. Now, this isn't a sex war about who's better and who's worse, but let the facts be the facts. The majority of men that end up in serious relationships with women or end up marrying them end up in a way better life position, in my opinion. Because when they're with the woman, they push themselves to meet the standards that she requires of them to be with her. Let me know what you guys think.
Cake. You're welcome.
So you mean to tell me that there are women out here losing their teeth after childbirth? Others are getting crippled, some losing their hair, and developing all manner of health complications after childbirth. Some of these complications they develop after childbirth don't even go away. And there are men still going around asking women, what do you bring to the table? Abrantie, I bring nothing to the table. Absolutely nothing. Now get out of my face. Let me see road.
I feel like, number one, it's a super toxic question to ask in the first place when a man is saying, what do you bring to the table? I really, in my heart of hearts, feel like a lot of women can't even articulate it, because although there are tangible things that we bring to the table, there's a lot of intangible things that a divine feminine woman brings to the table. There's something about an energy. When you get around a certain type of woman, that woman's energy makes you want to be more, do more, have more, just in the very essence of having her around. And mostly because that woman understands how to operate around that man. What I mean by that is, you know, there's a lot of women, especially in today's society, that are trying to tell their men, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Stop telling that man what to do and start planting seeds so he can feel good when he's doing it, when he's doing the leadership, when he's winning and doing all those things, and you celebrate him like it was his idea. And some people may call it manipulative, and in a sense, it is. However, it's for the greater good of the colony. And I think that when a woman is in her divine feminine and understands how a man operates, and a man can be, by the way, I do have to say this, feminine does not mean female and masculine does not mean male. They are not genders, they are energies, and we all have both. But I'm talking about there's a divine masculine and there's a divine feminine. And when you can really, you know, move and shake in that yin and yang, it is magical.
Let's address the men with the what do you bring to the table analogy. First of all, sir, if you're the type of man that asks this kind of question, what do you bring to the table aside from your dirty laundry, salty attitude, and inconsistent tendencies? You bring all your shit to our table and expect us to clean it all up. And in some cases, we have your baggage, your insults, and your nonsense screwing up our perfect centerpiece. How's that for an analogy? Listen, just because you brought something to our table does not mean it was desirable. Let's just get that straight. But I'm assuming you're talking about money, which is funny because you're usually the same people that expect us to maintain the age-old gender role of homemaker, all while pulling up our bootstraps and being the breadwinner. Don't know anyone expects us to cook the bread if we have to go out and earn it, but what do I know? Hey, maybe we can put the oven on wheels and bring it to the office. But in that case, I think you fail to realize that we built the table, secured it, and set it. And you want to ask what we brought to it? After we bought the food, cooked the food, and cleaned up after it? All you have to do is chew and swallow. I know you'd like to be recognized for it, but I don't think so. See, here's the thing about living in 2021. Women are more than capable of being independent. We had our table stacked long before you showed up to sit at it. See, you can't ask us what we brought to the table if you refuse to open your eyes and see what we're carrying. But you don't want that. You want to deflect all sense of accountability by invalidating your partner's contributions. And your table analogy implies a sense of superiority over the person supplying the majority of the income. But duality is not an option here. You can't expect all the benefits of a homemaker if you want a financial contribution of greater or equal value. And if you think we can do both, then the question then presents itself of why can't you? So if you're sitting at our table and getting all your needs met as a result of what's on top of it, don't insult us by asking what we brought to it. Because here's the thing, if someone's living as an individual, there's only a single contributor to the lifestyle. But in a relationship, there are two people and there should be an equal distribution. But just because someone's contribution doesn't mirror yours doesn't mean it's not of equal value. And every time we try and take a contribution from you to try and lessen your burden, we get accused of slacking on another one. Yet at the same time, you'll tell us we're expecting too much if we ask for emotional support after you worked all day. You can't hold us to a standard that you yourself refuse to fulfill. So I'll end with this. Either way, asking your partner this is incredibly insulting, whether they're male or female. But if you're wondering why you're not getting 100% of their effort, maybe it's because you diminish everything it consists of. Just saying.
Ask you, what do you bring to the table? And women are like, I am the table. I hear you, I see you, but let's dissect that a little. I'm gonna be honest, some of our tables are coming with 3 legs. If you wanna be the table, then we should be making sure that our table is strong and firm. Comes with 4 legs and can stand on its own. We truly need to be honest with ourselves. Are we actually coming with strong foundations, or are we 3-legged tables? Women, we often struggle to regulate our own emotions. So you're probably asking, okay, how do I create a firm foundation? Learn how to emotionally regulate, set boundaries, and heal past traumas. Don't be self-centered. Understanding what you have to offer doesn't mean the world revolves around you. That's not what life is about, okay? Life is about serving others, friends, family members, good man that you plan to marry. If you can't emotionally regulate, be there for others, and understand that the world does not revolve around you, you have some work to do, and you have to work on your table. Bob the Builder and work on your table, okay? Your table should come with 4 legs and stand on its own. Next time a man asks you, what do you bring to the table? You can be honest and say, I am the table. A strong table. I'm healed from past trauma. I'm emotionally regulated, and I love to serve others.
Now, some of the people questioned the motive of guys asking that question. Some people gave answers that you can say. Someone said, just say nothing. Another person was listing things that women bring to the table in a relationship. But another person was saying that if a guy asks that kind of question, it's time for you to tap out, because it's obvious the guy is not interested in you. He just wants to use you to achieve things in his life, and he thinks that, okay, by you coming to bring something, most people will say maybe he wants you to pay for half of the bills, pay for half of this responsibility or something like that. So they're like, if someone says that to you, you need to tap out, because the person is just using you. Now, there's a particular creator that responded to this question, the creator that has been married for 18 years. I loved what he said. He said it's not a competition, and people need to stop that. That marriage relationship is a partnership, is not a competition, that everybody is bringing something, and that the question of what do you bring to the table that guys will be asking ladies is wrong. He talked about the question that his wife asked on their date, and where she was saying, what do you expect from this relationship? What do you want from this relationship? And they gave their honest answers, and I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. If the answer that he gave and she gave was practical, it was honest. He was talking about the fact that he might not be able to provide all the time. He might not be able to provide so much money all the time because things happen, which is realistic. And she was also talking about the fact that she does not want to be in competition with her husband. She wants him to support, she wants him to protect. And they've been married for 18 years, and she even stayed at home for 12 years. And now that she has been working for approximately 6 years, she's earning a lot of money. He's even saying he's earning a lot of money. Their kids are about to, one of the kids is about to earn a lot of money. So I think that that guy made a lot of sense. And those guys that are always asking, what do you bring to the table, should listen to what he has to say. Now, personally, that question, I find it very disrespectful. I find it very weird. Like, if someone asks me that question, I'm just going to like take my bag and go, because I don't have time for that. I'm not interviewing for a job. I hate job interviews. I hate interviews. I hate oral interviews. I get nervous. I get anxious. So once you start asking me, what do you bring to the table, I feel like I'm in a job interview, and I don't want that kind of nervous and anxious feeling or environment in the relationship. So there's no need for me to stay there. Let me just pack my bag and go. So I feel it's a very disrespectful question to ask, and I don't understand the need to be asking, what do you bring to the table? There's no table. I don't even understand the whole concept. I don't know who started that question, who was the person that thought of that question, but I just, like I said, I don't buy into the whole question. The whole point of relationship, courtship, is to know each other's strength, weakness, and see if you can cope on the journey of marriage together. Marriage is supposed to be a partnership. It's supposed to be a collaboration. You're supposed to grow together. Nothing like I'm competing, I'm bringing this, then why can't you bring this? It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, I don't know what you guys think about this whole topic, this whole discussion. Do you think that asking a woman what does she bring to the table is a reasonable question that a guy should ask at the beginning of the relationship? I would love to hear your thoughts about this whole topic. So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.